Yeah, I should win just because you had the Timberwolves in the 8th seed.
Vasilevsky's been playing really well, and the Lightning have a great offense.
Yeah, it was a tremendous shot, and I've come to expect it from LeBron. I would say I wish the best for the Red Sox, but as a Yankees fan, that's really hard for me to do.
The biggest addition to me is Jalen Brunson.
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and that's all I have to say. He's still a top 5 quarterback in this league, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it.
Why'd you have to name him? Like, seriously? Like, thanks, man.
Who would have thought 5 years ago that the Clippers and Nets would be facing in the finals?
How is Joe Burrow going to get the ball to them if his butt is already on the ground?
Crazy. And for the fans at home,
Hello, I'm Cy Mendenhall, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the man on the block, Austin.
Yep, and this is obviously going into the finals. This is just like our NHL one. Check that one out if you haven't. But this is heading into the finals. The 10 best players on combined between the teams. I feel like near the top, just like last time, we will be very close to the same. But I'm excited to see who you have.
Yes. So I'll go first. Max Strus is my 10. This one was a little bit difficult. I think Strus has been starting for a while, and he's been a good player for the Heat.
Yeah, my number 10 is Kyle Lowry, a player with a ton of experience, a guy who has won a championship back in 2019. I believe a 6-time All-Star, former All-NBA as well. Good defender, feisty player, and he's my number 10.
All right. My number 9 is Bruce Brown. I love Bruce Brown, and he's a really good depth player for the Nuggets, and defensively, he I want to say he's underrated. Am I wrong to say he's underrated? Or, well, he's probably becoming overrated now, since a lot of people are seeing him in the big stage.
I think he's pretty fairly rated because I do believe he was underrated, but now people are starting to say he's too much. And once you get that kind of mixture, I think he's pretty fairly rated right now.
So before you would have said, before the finals,
I would have said, like, when he was hot, they said this on the broadcast, but Bruce Brown, like, no one was calling him in the offseason. In the offseason, he was definitely underrated. But the time we got playoff time, people were starting to rate him much higher.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Yeah, so he's my 9, and then I'll let you say your 9.
So my 9 is Gabe Vincent, a player that can have some great games and some poor games. He is a good player, but he had 19 points in game 1 of the finals, which has already happened. But this obviously doesn't go into the rankings because he averaged, I think, was it 15 points in the second round against the Knicks? It was something like that. It was pretty high. I'm checking right now.
Yeah, I'll trust you.
He averaged 10 in that series, and then in the next series for them, he averaged against Boston. I'm pretty sure he averaged like 15 as well. Yeah, 15.8 against Boston. So he's just a very consistent player, and he's been able to shoot the ball very proficiently. In last series, he shot 51.6% from 3. He is just a good point guard for the team.
Yeah, I think that's fair. My 7, you mentioned that. I believe he was your 9, Kyle Lowry. Or no, this is my 8.
That was my 10.
Oh, that was your 10. Okay. Kyle Lowry. He's I thought he was pretty he's not what I think the Heat expected, but I think he's still a pretty good player, and he does offer that veteran experience. But yeah, I just think that veteran experience pushed him above the other 2 guys I had in front of him. Or behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. So my 8 now is a guy who should have won Eastern Conference MVP, and that is Caleb Martin. Martin is a undrafted player out of Nevada, and he has a twin brother that plays for the Hornets, and he has played so well. Obviously, he struggled in game 1 of the finals, but heading in, he was efficient in every single game of the Celtics 7-game series, and he was like I said, better than Jimmy, in my opinion, or at least more valuable, especially with what he could bring shooting the ball and all the big plays he made.
Yeah, I think Jimmy got that award because of his name. I agree it should have been Caleb Martin. But yeah, I couldn't find a space for him. I almost slotted him at 10, but he was a tough cut off this list. Now we go to my 7. I have Michael Porter Jr. I think he's a great scorer. The other guys above him, I think, do better defensively. I think he's kind of tough defensively, but it's been great to see all the hardships he's gone through with just the back surgeries. And he's really turned into a key player for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, it's well said. My number 7, KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I mean, especially with him playing as a Wizards player last year, I got to see him firsthand a lot of the times because I watched a lot of Wizards games. Everything he does is just so underrated. His ability to defend, hit big shots, score when necessary, pass, rebound when necessary. He does everything you want from just a good starter.
Yeah, that's I agree because he's my 6. I think he does a little bit more defensively than Michael Porter Jr. or more consistently, so that's why I put him above MPJ.
Yeah, that's fair. My 6 is Aaron Gordon. Gordon, he's a very athletic player, but he shot horribly in the conference final, except for in Game 4 when they closed him out. If he can really start to shoot the ball well, he will be an impact player to levels we haven't seen yet. He's a good player. He's a good defender. He's defended the best players on a lot of different teams, but I still have him rated lower than some of the other players on the list because I don't trust him offensively yet.
Okay. Well, you introduced my guy again. I put Aaron Gordon because offensively, he's good. Overall, everything you said. I just thought he did a little bit more than KCP, so that's why I put him here. And yeah, let's see if you introduce my next guy.
Impossible because you already have him, but MPJ, his ability to shoot the ball, no matter who is guarding him, who has their hand up, is remarkable. And everything that he's done throughout the regular season and him playing without Jokic and Murray for a couple of games and still performing well, his ability to score the ball is in an elite level. And as long as he can continue to do that, he's definitely the 5th best player in my eyes.
Yeah, that's fair. Now the next guy I have is Adebayo. Adebayo can struggle offensively, but defensively, I think he's just a great versatile center. We have seen him struggle offensively in the conference finals, and so I think he got a lot of points, but he had a lot of attempts in the first game, so that's why he's my 4th.
Okay. My 4 is Bam. So
We agree.
Yeah. Basically what I agree with what you said. So
cool. All right. Do we agree on our 3? I have Jimmy Butler.
Wow. Jimmy at 3?
Yeah.
Some reasoning?
So my second guy is Jamal Murray, and I think Jamal Murray is a little bit more consistent, and I really like his scoring, so that's what put me above Butler. Even recently, Butler hasn't been scoring, but we talked about this in our NBA Finals preview, which y'all should check out. He just doesn't seem, to me, Jamal Murray seems a little bit more explosive than Jimmy Butler. I know he's a guard versus a forward, and Butler's a better defender, but I just really like the scoring from Jamal Murray.
But Jimmy has that ability to score.
That's true. It was tough, and I figured I was going to be a little bit more higher on Jamal Murray. Or I expected some people to be shocked. I wasn't sure who you would have. But, it just seems Jamal Murray It was just how I was thinking. I would have Jokic, Jamal Murray, then Jimmy Butler.
Wow. I don't think I've heard that one yet. My 3 is Jamal Murray. I don't think Jamal is a good enough defender, and I think that Jimmy has the edge on him there. And while it's pretty close to scoring the ball, and yeah, Jamal's probably a better passer and he can do more shooting the 3. Jimmy's still a good playmaker when he gets the ball in his hands. His defensive upside really puts him in there. So I think we could really just go into the 2 for me is Jimmy, while yours is
Jamal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jokic.
And then-
I don't know if we need an explanation for that.
Yeah, no, he should have been MVP. And I think how would you say, are Jamal Murray and Butler close to each other, the same level player, or no?
I would still have Jimmy above him because of his defense. I don't think that Jamal is good enough defensively to be in the same tier. It's that two-way ability that I think puts Jimmy above him.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah, it was, to me, they're pretty close to each other. This also maybe I've just heard so much about Jimmy Butler, and I don't know. I feel I have a very skewed view of Jimmy Butler now, and I don't know how to bring it back to normal. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I talked to a Jimmy Butler lover.
Did
I
you?
feel
What
like-
did he say to this opinion?
I haven't told him this. I was gonna
Oh,
send him the
oh.
video and see if he was listening,
Okay.
or maybe I'll just text him this because I don't want him listening to this part. I feel I've become a Jimmy hater because I have.
That's
I feel
crazy.
it's become a balance. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he is listening, and I apologize. I don't know. I'm just a Jimmy. I'm not sure what to feel about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think that you may have a little bit of bias there, but
So, I think Jokic shows on his own tier. I think we can agree on that.
oh yeah.
And then we'll disagree. But yeah, this one was a little bit tougher. Like I was like, oh, who do I put at 10? But we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll see. Yeah, we'll review this and see if it's changed our opinions. Any final thoughts?
No, I'm excited for this series, and we'll see if that having that one player above the rest with the Nuggets is the difference.
Yep. Thank you for listening, and let us know what you think in the comments.